Welcome to the Echo Tips Podcast. I'm David Ward, and in this episode, we're going to be dealing with the topic of buying and tracking your shipments using your Amazon Echo, and in particular, buying and purchasing things off of Amazon. So, kind of makes sense. It's an Amazon Echo. We're going to talk about how to buy things off of Amazon using the Echo. But before we get into the details and how all those cogs mesh together and how that works, we're going to go to a brief message about our podcast, and then I'll be right back. This episode is brought to you by the New Vision program at Goodwill. We're also grateful for the kind use of WVTF Studios. New Vision is a program of Goodwill that provides information services and assistive technology training to individuals with visual impairments living in Southwest Virginia. Goodwill Industries of the Valleys is a nonprofit organization serving the New River, Roanoke, and Shenandoah Valleys of Virginia. Goodwill's mission services help individuals with disabilities and disadvantages to get back to work and gain greater independence. These shows are provided for educational purposes. This podcast may not be retransmitted, sold, or reproduced without written permission from New Vision. Hello, welcome back. I'm David Ward, and if this is your first time listening, I'm an assistive technology instructor with the New Vision program at Goodwill, based here in Southwest Virginia. It's a pleasure to have you, and if you're listening again and you've been listening to some of our podcasts for some time, it's good to have you with us as well. Today is a very unique kind of episode, and it's dealing with buying and tracking your shipments using your Echo, and in particular, buying items off of Amazon using your Echo. So that's kind of an interesting idea. And I think I did it a few years ago for the very first time. I think I bought a Rubik's Cube. That's right. It was on sale. I think they were having announcements about different like children's toys during a certain time of year, and it was on sale. It was like $2. And I said, well, I just want to try and see how this works. And I tried it out. So we're going to do a similar thing today, but so our listeners can benefit from it, just to kind of figure out how it all works. So first off, I'm going to have to ask you to probably, if you got an Echo in the room where you're listening, or you're listening on your Amazon Echo, you're going to shut its ears off by pressing the microphone button. It has a silhouetted microphone on it with a slash through it on your Amazon Echo, and that will shut her ears off. So when I'm doing the demonstration here, and this is probably a particularly good episode to do that because I don't want to buy anything for you at your home, you'll want to follow these directions. So not that my directions probably would ever cause that to happen, but we don't want anything like that to happen. So this is a particularly important episode to make sure you shut off your Echo's ears. So if you have a cylinder device, either the Pringle can-like one or the hockey puck size one, the button will be on the top. It's directly opposite of the one with the bump on it, which is called the action button. And when you press it, it'll turn the ring all red on top, and it'll make a thump sound, okay? And that means that her ears aren't listening anymore. In fact, you can try it just to play it safe. Say the A lady name a couple of times. You don't hear her respond, well, then you're good to go. Now, if you have an Echo with the screen on it, like the Amazon Echo Show, if the glass front of the screen is facing you, on the top rim, top edge, the button on the far left, there should only be 3 buttons, but the button on the far left will be the one that shuts your ears off. And when you press it, it will similarly make a thump sound like this. Let me do that real quick. Yep.
Privacy mode enabled.
Okay, so you heard that sound. Now, yours probably won't say privacy mode, but mine does because I have some special features turned on. And then
Privacy mode disabled.
There you go. I just turned her ears back on. So you want to do that, and it'll put a red bar at the bottom of the screen as well. So once again, we don't want anybody to have anything purchased for them. Okay? Okay, so important that you do that. Just give you a second. Okay. Now, if you can't seem to figure it out, you might want to stop the podcast now, and then you just say, "A lady, pause." Or stop, and until you can figure out how to resume. All right, so now that everybody's had a chance to do that, we're going to do the demonstration, okay? Like I said, you want to stop this because I don't want anybody to get anything purchased. Okay. So I will start off with something basic because I've already put something in my grocery cart on Amazon. Alexa, what's in my Amazon cart?
You have one item in your Amazon cart, including sewing kit.
Okay. So I tore some clothes and I ran out of thread in my old sewing kit, so I got a new sewing kit. It's already in the cart. So I'm going to place that order. Alexa, place my order.
There is one item in your Amazon cart, sewing kit. Your total including tax is $2.96. Do you want to buy now?
Yes.
Order placed. Your total is $2.96, including tax, and will be delivered by October 16th. If you change your mind, just ask me to cancel the order.
Oh, that's cool. I can cancel the order. I didn't know that. That's super. Okay. So after you've placed orders, now this doesn't matter whether you do it on the Echo or not. Like a lot of times I'll buy stuff on my computer on Amazon. I can always walk over to my Echo and say, Alexa, what's the status of my shipment?
Here are your deliveries. A delivery for an order placed today should arrive Wednesday, October 16th.
Okay, well, there you go. See? Cool. All right, now let's say I do want to order something, like I bought that Rubik's Cube one year. Now, I don't know if I'd suggest just trying to shop this way, but a lot of times I have things that I reorder, shirts or Cliff Bars or food or cans of soup or whatever, right? And it's already in my history. So let me show you how I can maybe do that. Alexa, reorder Cliff Bars.
One moment. Showing the top results for Cliff Bars. Based on your order history, I found Cliff Bar, Energy Bars, Crunchy Peanut Butter, 2.4-ounce protein bars, 12 count. It's $11.28. And more.
Alexa, add it to my cart.
I'm not sure which one you mean. Try things like add number 2 to my cart, or buy number 1.
Alexa, add number 1 to my cart.
Okay, add it to cart.
Okay, so now it's added back into my cart. So if I wanted to order those peanut butter crunchy Cliff Bars again, I could do that. So that's pretty snazzy, especially items you might want to reorder multiple times. Now, just as an FYI, the nomenclature on your Echo may be subtly different. Mine is an Amazon Echo Show, so it has a screen, and hence it's visually displaying certain things here, and it's saying like 1 or 2 or the like. So you might have to interact with yours slightly differently if it's one without a screen. But that gives you kind of a handy idea about how you can do that. Well, now that we've talked about peanut butter crunch bars, I think it's time to tell you what we're going to be doing in our next episode, which is going to be about food facts. Food facts and information about foods. So if you're dieting, or maybe you're battling diabetes, or maybe you're on some sort of carb diet, there's a lot of cool facts about food that you can find out using nothing but your Amazon Echo. So we'll discuss that in our next episode. But until that time, it's time to turn your microphone back on and practice some of the many things that you've learned. I'm David Ward for the New Vision program at Goodwill, signing off, and we thank you for listening.
Thanks, Dave. In conclusion, let me tell you a thing or two. This episode is brought to you by New Vision at Goodwill Industries of the Valleys, and it is also made possible in part by a grant from Community Foundation serving Western Virginia. And there's more. We're also grateful for the kind use of WVTF Studios. New Vision is a program of Goodwill that provides information services and assistive technology training to individuals with visual impairments living in Southwest Virginia. For more information, check out our website at goodwillvalleys.com/newvision. with no spaces. Goodwill Industries of the Valleys is a non-profit organization serving the New River, Roanoke, and Shenandoah Valleys of Virginia. Goodwill's mission programs help individuals with disabilities and disadvantages to get back to work and gain greater independence. These shows are provided for educational purposes. This podcast may not be retransmitted, sold, or reproduced without written permission from New Vision. Thanks for listening.